Hi, I'm Dr. Karen, and this is a Qigong practice called the Baduanjin. The Baduanjin is also referred to as the 8 silk brocades, and it's 8 exercises that balance yin and yang energy to completely balance your qi. In addition to the Baduanjin, we're also going to go through joint mobility exercises as a little treat. I'm going to start with that as a warm-up, and then we'll do the Baduanjin 8 exercise set, and it'll be a complete, wonderful exercise. So, find some space, and we shall begin. We're going to begin in the Wuji stance. The Wuji stance is also referred to as an empty stance. It's a posture that's very light so qi can flow easily and effortlessly. So to get in the Wuji stance, you're going to make some space between your feet, about hip distance or a little bit wider. Arms are along your sides, and there's some space between your arms and your body. You stretch up nice and tall through the top of your head, and you let like a water cascade down your body, softening muscles as you go. A little bend in your knees, tailbone is gently sitting down. From this posture, we're going to begin our joint mobility exercises, starting from the top and working our way through the body. So the first exercise is chicken pecks the rice. And to do that from the Wuji stance, stretching up just a little bit taller as you take an inhale. And then as you exhale, draw your chin in towards your chest, curving the back of the neck forward. And then with your next inhale, bring your head and neck back up. Shoulders are soft and down, lifting up through the top of the head as you gently arch backwards. And then again, exhaling, coming forward, lengthening up through the back of the neck, and inhaling, coming back up. Now, whenever we do any Qigong exercise, you want to make sure that you're not restricting or locking any part of your body. So as you're going through this exercise, if your body wants to move a little bit forward or a little bit back, allow that to happen so the energy can flow nice and smoothly. Let's do 2 more. Coming forward, getting that nice stretch. And again, we're reaching out through the top of the head as we draw the chin down, and stretching up to the top of the head as we reach back. And 1 more time. Starting to warm up every joint in our body. And then coming back to a neutral Wuji stance. Next is owl looks behind. So shoulders are back and down, arms are along the sides, and you're simply going to turn your head to gaze over one shoulder and let your eyes follow that turn. Shoulders are soft and down, and then come back center. And we're going to inhale when we're forward and exhale through the turn backwards. Now, the breathing is not essential in a Qigong practice. It does help move the qi evenly and smoothly, but if your breathing is a little bit different than your movements, don't worry about that too much. Qigong is such a kind and forgiving practice, and even the energy of that kindness and forgiveness in your body is going to help cultivate positive energy. Keep going. Shoulders are soft and down. Let the eyes follow. You're getting a little bit of a stretch in the eyes as well, which is good eye exercises. We want to be taking those eyes gently to the edges of our visual field on a daily basis. Keep eye muscles healthy as well. I tend to hold a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders, so I always welcome these joint mobility exercises. And if you did nothing else in a day for your body, doing joint mobility exercises would be to your advantage. And let's do our last one over here. And back center. Back to the Wuji stance. Next is moving into the shoulders. We're going to place one hand kind of around the shoulder joint, and with the other hand, you're gently going to scoop that hand forward with the palm facing forward. Bring that arm up, and when you reach the top, you're going to pivot the arm so the thumb starts to point forward, and you gently wash down the back. Scooping the arm back forward, pivoting at the top, and rotating back. And you can get a little bit more momentum. I'm not going to cue any breathing with this. You can do what feels good to your body. We want that gentle movement. I've seen this done quite fast. I tend to do exercises slow, and partly because I'm a strong enthusiast of feeling what you're doing while you're doing it, mindful exercises. Let's do 2 more this way, and then we'll go the other way. Scoop, turn. This is just such a lovely, healthy movement through the shoulder joint. And then when you come back to the start, we're basically going to reverse that. So now here, the hand, the back of the hand goes up. And then when you come to the top, you're going to turn that hand so the back of the hand slices forward. Good. Hand comes down. Rotate. Good. Keep going. 2 more. Good. And we're going to switch sides. So bringing the opposite hand over. You don't have to put the hand here, but I think it helps coordinate the movement. So scooping forward, turning and painting the back. Scoop, turn, and paint. Any words you want to use for this movement. We're just gently moving through our shoulder joints. I love doing these joint mobility exercises before a set. The set feels so much more productive and effective when you've already loosened up some of the energy that might be stuck or stagnant in the joints. If you feel stiff, it's always a good idea to do this. Okay, let's go the other way. So hand comes back forward, pivot and down. Pivot and down. Good. Two more. I'm gaining a little bit of speed here. Okay. All right. The next, we're going to do the elbows and the wrists. And this is parts of the body that we don't often give extra attention to. So to do this, we're going to start by extending our arms straight out in front of us. You're going to curl the hands in, making fists, rolling the wrists in. And then as you do that, you're going to turn the fists towards one another and roll back out. Open the hands, rotate, draw in, twist. So we're getting wrists and elbows in this. Now you can lock up here. You can bring the hands together and rotate the back of the hands with each other here. Now let's go the other way. Rotating backwards. And again, if you want them apart, that's completely up to you. We're getting both here, circling through the elbow joints, the wrists, and all throughout the hands. Okay, last one. Come back. Let's move down into the hips now. So to do hips, let's put our hands on our hips so we can feel what we're doing. We're still starting from that nice, comfortable, empty stance, that open stance, wuji. So then start to rotate your hips, just swinging around so you know that you're rotating the femur right in that hip joint gently. Any clicks, any pops, just suggesting we're doing the right thing right now. Let's go 2 more in this direction. Definitely have something tight, it keeps catching. And let's go the other way. Not in this direction. Keep going. Simple joint mobility exercises, highly recommend them daily. Last one here. And then coming back to your wuji stance. Now we're moving down to the knees. Again, another joint that we don't often take time to keep the mobility going, but when we do, it's so beneficial. I want my knees to be able to take me up and down steps, hiking trails for the rest of my life. So giving them a little bit of attention pretty much in less than a minute, it makes a huge difference. So to do the knee exercises, there's going to be 2. You're going to bring your feet completely together and your knees completely together. For this first one, you can put your hands on your thighs, and we're simply going to bend the knees and then straighten the legs. So we're hinged at the hips a bit, and we're gently bending and straightening. That's stretching the muscles in the back of the legs, keeping those muscles flexible so they don't do undue stress onto the knee joint. Let's do 2 more of these. And then we're going to gently bring our bodies back up and a little bend to the knees, but the knees are together. This is going to help protect the joint as we're working it. So I kind of move my hands to the outside and gently press them together, and then we're slowly going to move around in gentle little circles in the knee joints. And again, you might hear some little pops. Go slow and mindful, but that is evidence that you're doing the right thing right now. And we're keeping them safe and intact, stability right against one another. Let's go the other way. We're just doing a few. One more. And then slowly come back up and back to your Wuji stance. Checking in, feeling a little bit of tingling, feeling a little bit of that chi already start to move probably better than it had before you started these exercises. Last body part for this joint mobility warm-up is the ankles. This is the crunchiest part on my body. And the way we're going to do this is you can put your hands on your hips just for some place to put them. You're going to step 1 foot forward and you're going to put the base of the toes down. Then turn your foot a little bit so you're on the base of the ball of the big toe, and then you're going to rotate to the base of the pinky toe, heel down, inner side of the heel, and then back to the front. So this is done with your foot planted on the ground. You do not have to do this. Qigong, so lovely. There's just not so many hard rules. If you want to do this and do your ankles by standing, getting a little balance practice in, this just also helps with balance. And I kind of like going through the ankle this way, just right around the 4 corners of the foot. And then maybe back the other way a couple. And I'm picking up a little bit of speed here because that feels right. And yes, there's definitely some clicks and some pops here. Okay, let's switch to the other side. So you can step out, starting with the base of the big toe, over to the base of pinky, outer edge of the heel, inner edge of the heel, and then rotating back around. And again, if you prefer doing that, I don't feel like challenging my balance yet today, so, and then the other way. Crunch, crunch. And then back to your Wuji stance. And we shall begin the Baduanjin set. The first exercise in the Baduanjin is called 2 hands hold up heaven. And we start that from the Wuji stance here. Then you're going to bring your fingers together in front of you, down by your low belly. And you can interlock your fingers if you like. You can gently touch them or bring them very close. It's up to you. I tend to like to interlock them because I like how that feels at the top. So fingers come together. Slowly bring your hands up in front of you. As soon as they come to about chin height, gaze into the hands, rotate the hands, turning them up, pressing them up, and then slowly back down, painting the side walls. And again, here, I like to give a little bend into the knees so that as I come up, I straighten my legs as well. So bring, just feels right. Bringing the energy up, gazing, looking up, pressing up, and paint down. Keep going. Taking your time. This would be an inhale. And this would be an exhale. Let's keep going. Anywhere between 5 and 8 of these is a lovely amount to do. This is 4. I think we'll go for 8. Halfway there. You'll find that when you're doing Qigong exercises, you're rarely looking forward to them being done. Kind of different than some of the yoga poses that we do. There's some poses you're like, oh, when is this one done? Well, Qigong, you can just keep going. It just all feels so good. 2 more. They both have their places, Qigong and yoga. I use them both, and for some similar reasons and some different reasons. Qigong always when I need a little bit lighter, when I need energy to move, when I need emotions to move, Qigong is my go-to. All right, coming back to the Wuji stance. The next exercise is drawing the bow to shoot the arrow. This is probably one of my absolute favorite exercises because it works the upper back. So to begin, you're going to step one foot towards the other as you bring your arms in. And I tend to cross at the wrists when I do this. And then that foot that you brought in, you're going to step it wide out into a horse stance, sit down into the horse stance, and you're going to draw your arms apart. One hand is pulling back and the other hand is setting the aim to where you're going to shoot the arrow. And make a little L with your hand, pressing out, drawing back, shoulders are down. And then you're going to come back forward or center. And we're going to do the opposite side. So step out into that nice wide horse stance. Draw, point, shoot. And you want your gaze to follow that look. It's going to help the exercise. Come back center. Other side, step wide, sit in the horse, draw. This part feels so good. And come back in. Other side, step wide, draw. And back in. So we would be inhaling here and exhaling here. Step wide, sit down. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be completely smooth. You're going to feel it. Even if you're moving a little bit extra as you're setting up, that's okay. Go slow, take your time. Sit down in that horse stance. Draw. Good. One more each side. Step wide, sit down, draw. Over to the other side. Step wide, sit down, draw. Good. And coming back center. Wuji stance. Let's give a little clearing here. Take an inhale, bring that energy up just about to your heart, and exhale, gently press it down. Our next exercise in the Baduanjin is separating heaven and earth. So to begin this, you're going to place your hands in front of you with palms facing one another, maybe feeling a little bit of chi energy between the palms. Nice soft bend to the knees. You're going to take that bottom hand, bring it up towards the top hand as if you're pouring chi into that bottom hand. And then you're going to take that up, turning your hand, looking up with that hand as you press the bottom hand down, getting this nice stretch through the arms and a stretch through the side. And then that top hand comes down, pouring that energy into the bottom hand. Here's would be the inhale. And then exhale, stretch, separating, pressing away, gazing up. Pour that top hand back into the bottom. Stretch. Keep going. Again, with all of these exercises, it's rare that you can't wait for it to be over. They really just are enjoyable and are feel-good body exercises. And it's wonderful to practice the Qigong with a little bit of a smile, cultivating that positive, friendly, welcoming energy. Keep going. Let's do two more. One more each side. Here. Pour that chi in, inhale, and exhale. And bring down. And again, let's do a little clearing. Inhale and exhale. The next exercise is similar to one of the joint mobility exercises, and it is Wise Owl Looks Behind. But when we do it in the Baduanjin set, we add just a little bit more through the upper body. So again, get back into that Wuji stance, a nice little bend, and I tend to take a little more at the start of this exercise. Fingertips are going to point towards one another and palms towards the floor, right down here at your low waist. Shoulders are softened down. Head and neck are nice and tall. And then you're going to take an inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to come up. You're going to rotate the hands so the thumbs point backwards. The heart opens. The shoulders gently draw back. And you're looking back. And then you're going to inhale, coming back forward. And exhale, turn the other side, opening that heart space as well. Inhale, getting that nice rotation through the arms. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Again, let your eyes follow along, just like in the joint mobility exercise. Gently visiting the edge of this exercise. We don't want anything strenuous in a practice like this. It's friendly, it's loving, it's mindful. We're cultivating positive qi. That is what Qigong means. Qi is energy. Gong is to cultivate or to work. Or working through these exercises, cultivating positive energy. Good. And another one that I could just keep going, but let's do one more each side. Good. Inhaling and exhale. And coming back center. And let's do a clearing. I love that in between the exercises. It just lets what you just did settle in. And each exercise has so much benefit. That's why this 8 together is a complete exercise set. You could just do this every day and feel pretty amazing. So coming back to our Wuji stance. The next exercise is called the dragon shakes its head and tail. A lot of dragon exercises in Qigong practice. To set it up, we're going to get in a horse stance. So a nice wide stance, sitting the hips down, and hands go on the thighs for this or on the waist for this. And to begin, you're going to gently rotate the body, looking over one shoulder, and you give a nice stretch. You can also gently press the foot out as you do that. Nice long line of energy, the dragon's tail, head and tail. And then you're going to gently swing your body around forward. I brought my leg back in for this. And we're like whipping the body of the dragon around, coming all the way to the other side. Maybe a little stretch on that leg. And then coming back center and sitting back into the start position. Now we're going to go the opposite way. So swinging the dragon's head and tail. So it swings, stretch, coming around, tail swinging back the other way, and back center. Now this one, I recommend you go very slow. I've seen people whipping back and forth. I get dizzy, so I don't know if you will, but I recommend going slow just to avoid that as something that could happen. Plus, again, I like to do these exercises slowly and mindfully to feel what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Just getting even more benefit that way. Swing around, coming back center. Swing around. Good. Keep going. Let's do one more each side. Swing. And back. And we'll come back to our Wuji stance, and definitely a clearing here. Just let that energy flow through your body. It brings the energy up. Remember, this is a balancing of yin and yang energy. So some poses have a little bit more activating energy, yang, and some have a little bit more soothing energy, yin. That one was definitely yang. Okay, the next exercise is massage the kidneys and touch the feet to release heart fire. To practice this one, we're going to begin by bringing our hands up in front of us. And then you're going to gently dive the hands down, fingertips point down, coming all the way to the ribs. When you reach the ribs, you're going to trace around the back, gently sliding the palms of the hands down over the kidneys, through the back of the legs to the feet. And then you're going to touch the feet and toes, sweeping back up, reaching up, and again, hands dive down to the ribs. At the ribs, they wrap around the back of your body, smoothing, massaging down the back of the legs to the toes, reaching up, stretching up, and again, hands dive down, massaging the kidneys, a yin organ in our body. Practicing this in a very yin way, soft and soothing, balancing out energy. Good. Keep going. Taking your time. Smoothing out. Reaching up. Let's do 2 more. Again, no need to rush through these. They're just lovely. Taking the time to massage the body. Gentle touch, gentle pressure. So healthy for yin energy. And this time come up and then bring the hands down. The next is punching forward with angry gaze. This one activates the liver energy in the body. We start it in a wide stance, a horse stance, or maybe a little more narrow than a horse stance, but feet are wide apart so you can bend the knees and sit back. You're going to bring your arms right along your sides. Your liver is on the right side of your body. So your arms are right against that and your spleen is on the left. And the palms are facing up and you have fists. So this again is more of a yang style energy. Shoulders are soft and down. And you're going to take one hand and you're gently going to punch forward, gazing at that hand. They say angry gaze. You don't have to be angry, but you want to be focused. When you reach forward with that hand, you're going to release the fingers. You're going to rotate, grasp, and draw back. Punch forward, open, rotate and grasp, and draw back. So again, focused energy. This one's a little bit more intense. Punch, grasp, draw back. And the arms are right against the body. Punch. Stay focused. Eyes are forward. There is an intensity. Again, not a restriction, but definitely an intensity. Draw back. Punch, open, grasp, draw back. One more time each side. Punch, open and grasp, draw back. Punch. And come up. And this brings us to our final exercise in the 8 pieces brocade, the Baduanjin. And that is dropping on the heels to increase longevity. This exercise is so healthy to do. It seems so simple, but it is very beneficial. There's a reverberation throughout the whole body, activating qi. So simply to do it, you're going to start in your wuji stance with feet a little bit apart. Shoulders are back and down, and you're going to lift up onto your toes, stretching nice and tall and dropping onto your heels. And let that reverberation go through your body. We're going to do it 8 times. So that's 1, coming up, nice and tall, dropping. And you can feel that little bit of a bounce. Come up, drop. Ooh. Keeping your balance as best you can. Here comes 4. Drop. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm making some noise in my house. People probably wonder what's happening down here. And we do want to take a moment after the drop to let that reverberation settle in. Even though I'm talking and that creates a little distraction, I can still feel it. It's still wonderful. You want to do this without a distraction as best that you can. Keep going. Good. I think that's 5. Doesn't matter if we do 1 more or less. I thought we would end with 8 because of the 8 pieces of brocade. And typically, I said these are done between 5 and 8 repetitions of each exercise. Let's do 2 more. Ooh, that was a good one. You really, if you can, just let it go. Let yourself drop. And now let's do 3 closing breaths. So with a big inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, draw down. Next, bring the arms up, open them wide, stretching, and exhale, close, and wash down. And this last one, scooping up Earth's energy, bringing it up, and gently washing it back down. And that's where we will end our Baduanjin practice. Thank you for joining me.